Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Business Central Musings. We talk here about Business Central topics, and today's topic is ALDoc. ALDoc is a command line that was introduced by Microsoft in 2023 with BC 2023 Wave 1. And when do we use ALDoc? First of all, you need a product, you need an extension, and you have to have generated your app file, and after running a script on this app file, you will end up with a folder, an output folder, where we have basically the documentation of your extension, all the tables, all the enums, all the code units, all the pages, page extensions, everything that's in your as a source AL file will get documented by that script. That script contains ALDoc commands. As I said, ALDoc is part of now the AL extension, and yeah, let's go through it. But first, let's look at the official documentation on ALDoc. So here it is, generating help with the ALDoc tool. So ALDoc, as I said, it's part of now the AL extension that you install on top of Visual Studio Code. And there are a few prerequisites. We're gonna go through each one, and then we're going to have to run a few commands to initialize the folder, the website, to build it, and then we're going to have to use basically the other tool that generating the documentation for AL code relies on, and that other tool is DocFx. We're gonna deal with the DocFx and if it's installed and what we need to do to install it during the demo. But this is the documentation. The other prerequisite is you need to have your extension. I created here just a demo extension. There is nothing functional about this extension. To have it as a proof of concept, how do we generate documentation for this extension? So that's one of the requisites. We can see here code unit. I've got an enum, a page, a list page, and actually an extension to a list page. And I've got here a page that belongs to the extension. So not extension, it's just a page, and a table extension and a table. I built it, and that would be what we need as a prerequisite. What we're actually going to see with the documentation we have on Microsoft site, we will get something, and we can see we're pointing to the localhost 8080 where the site is served from, and we can see a few things about the extension, the version, the publisher. And if we go into the reference, we see tables, we see code units, pages, enums. So basically the content of our file. So this is what the documentation of ALDoc will go through, and that is the output. This is what we get. So what do we get is a site that is stored and served locally. But the problem is, how do we actually share this site with whoever we want to share it with? And this is where my contribution is, because I've seen a few other articles, blogs and YouTubes on ALDoc, but I haven't seen how do we actually share this. Can we have an online site where we can point people to see what we do in this extension? Not what we do, but what we have in this extension, what functions, what objects, even events we have. So no, this is something that right now we have a site that's served locally just for me, basically like this. So how can we make this public? Well, this is where I dug a little bit more, and I found out that we can actually rely on a concept that GitHub has. It's called Github Pages, and what we need to do is we need to publish the content of our site as a repository, and once that's done, we can pretty much go to that website, to that repository, and we'll see how it looks like. I already have done an exercise like that, and if we look at a QR code here at the pages, I can see here I basically, to turn on a repository, you have to come here, you choose what branch, and you save, and this is the website that's going to be generated. My username on GitHub is Silviu Vârlan, followed by github.io / and the name of the repository. So if we click on it, now we see we're actually from outside, so it's not my machine, it's not localhost. We have it stored in GitHub, and yeah, we have it here. Information about the extension, and then all the objects displayed nicely, each one in their category. So this is what we're gonna talk about next. How do we actually get generated this site? So to make public that documentation website, let's head over to GitHub and create a new repository. We're going to copy all this. And that will create the branch, the local branch, main. Okay, so we are now where? We are in ALDoc's QR code demo. Okay. Let's head over to the other Visual Studio Code window, which was with my code. Because this is where I have the script. And we're gonna try to regenerate the project in here. So we just need to see exactly the URL, not the URL, the folder where we want it. This is where we want it. This is where we want the website to be generated. And let's get going. Yeah, we need access to the ALDoc first, and then we can run the ALDoc init, and we see already some content created, and we also need to run ALDoc build, and it's building even more. And then we need to run DocFx build to actually build the site. And here we go. We can see the site. The site can be served by the DocFx. And we can see it, so we're good. We're up to this stage, we've seen it before. What do we do next? The next thing is to make actually this public. So what we do is we will copy the content of this folder, including the site folder, into the main folder, which is, so basically the content of the site has to come here. And then we're gonna delete this folder, the site folder. We don't need it. Let's stop mini web server and let's copy the files. We can see them here, and then let's remove the underscore site folder. All right, so this is what we got, and let's head over to the where we have. Let's head over to the VS Code window where we have the folder. We've seen now a few changes here. Let's just commit and publish. And we can see this is finished. Okay, so we have now pushed all the code from local to GitHub. Let's head over to settings and into the pages blade. Let's choose our range, which is main, and save. And we're gonna refresh. It says that the GitHub Pages site is currently built, so we're gonna wait for a few more seconds. And after a while it shows here your site is live. So let's click on it, and we now see that we're on GitHub.io, and we have a folder QR code demo with our code. What if we want to make some changes to the site, to the documentation? We're making changes here. Maybe we increase the version here in app.json. Well, what we have to do is we go to our GitHub, we clone it, we clone it locally, and we obviously it's going to come with content. I would instead of doing a merge, I would just remove it completely and run the script again, making sure I'm dropping the files, the site, and generating the site into the new folder used by the clone. But this is it. I hope it's helpful, and I'm looking forward to see you next. Thank you.